All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So it's week 14, and we got the 7-5 New York Jets traveling to Buffalo to take on the 9-win first place Bills. I think right off the bat, I mean, we all know this, right? As fans, Bills fans, Jets fans, fans of doesn't matter what team, this is going to impact the AFC East race. This is going to impact the AFC playoff picture in a big way. This is the Jets' last crack at the Bills as far as the regular season is concerned, and it's going to be tough, right? There's no beating around the bush, but I will say this: the Jets have been doubted by a lot of people. The Jets have been the Vegas underdog so many times this season, and have came out on top, let alone just hung in the game. Okay, so this is going to be a difficult game because the Bills are just that good of a football team. So many areas of that team. I'm just a big fan of how Buffalo really built their, really organization, because they got the front office right, they got the coaching staff right, they now got the roster, and everything has just fallen into place, and it doesn't seem like the Bills are going to be going away. It's not just some, one-hit wonder, if you will. I mean, they're built to last. But you know what? The Jets are a really good football team as well. There's a reason why they're 2 games above 500. There's a reason why they are in the playoff picture. If the season were to end today, I'm expecting for a huge matchup. And also, both of these teams are banged up with injuries. I mean, on the Jets side, we all know everybody that's hurt: AVT, Breece Hall. I mean, we could go down the list. But on the Buffalo Bills side, I mean, they're definitely not 100% healthy. We just got the unfortunate news that Von Miller is done for the year with an ACL tear. And that whole situation was just weird because it's not like he just got hurt. He's literally been hurt for weeks now, and that news just broke. So interesting situation there, but the point is the Jets are winning football games. They're facing adversity with their roster not being 100%. Buffalo Bills doing the same exact thing. We look at the Bills, again, 9 wins on the year, currently riding a 3-game winning streak. Previously, they lost back-to-back games against the Jets and the Vikings, and then they bounced back against the Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, and then the New England Patriots on Thursday Night Football. So let's start off with the Jets defense, right? What can this unit do to have success against this Josh Allen-led Buffalo Bills offense that is frankly one of the best in football? You can make an argument the best. Let's take a look at the numbers. They're top 5 in multiple categories here. They're 3rd in the NFL in points per game at 27.8, 2nd in the NFL in yards per game at 410, which is crazy to think about. 3rd downs, they're 1st in the NFL. They're converting over 51% of the time. And then they're 5th in the NFL in touchdowns per game, offensively at 3.1. This Bills offense rolls, right? They pick up yards consistently. They get in the end zone consistently. It doesn't matter who they play. A great defense, a poor defense. It's cold, it's hot, dome, outside. It doesn't matter. The Bills offense always seems to have success. And they could do it also in a myriad of different ways. They can, hit checkdowns like Singletary and get James Cook involved, get Dawson Knox involved in the passing game, really focus on the middle of the field. They can, of course, force feed it to Stephon Diggs, and that works, the majority of the time as well, considering that Diggs is one of the best in football. And then Josh Allen on the ground, right? Josh Allen as a runner is lethal, and that's really where I want to start when talking about this Jets defense, because that, to me, was the biggest problem when these two teams originally played. Yes, the Jets did a lot of good things, on the back end of the defense, confusing Allen, really making him second guess himself. I mean, it was really fun to watch from a defensive standpoint, right? If you're a fan of defensive football, if you're a fan of defensive backs, that would be a game for you. But going back to Josh Allen on the ground, he really hurt. I know the Jets won 20-17, and I know the defense looked great, but he really did damage to that Jets defense on the ground. He rushed for over 80 yards. He was the team's leading rusher. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground. And the Jets have actually had a problem this season with the mobile quarterbacks, with quarterbacks hurting them in the running game. It's something to me that this Jets defense hasn't completely figured out as of right now. But, the bright side, this weekend is just another opportunity, right? It gives this Jets defense another crack at it. And hopefully they can improve, whether that's, always making sure that there's a quarterback spy on Allen, whether it's a Quincy Williams, whether it's a Quan Alexander. I think both of those guys would be really good candidates for that role, whether that's dropping Whitehead down into the box more. So once Allen starts to break free, once Allen pulls it down and starts to run, you do have that extra body down there if you want to run more cover 3 looks on the back end. But I mean, it should be interesting. It's obviously a lot easier said than done. If it was easy to contain Josh Allen, every team and every defense would be doing it on a week-to-week basis. So that's kind of my mindset. A lot of the same coverages, just do what you do, be athletes, right? Lock down the perimeters like Reed and Sauce have been doing. Quinnen Williams has been dominating. I'm expecting him to go out there and dominate again. But really, it's just Josh Allen on the ground. If you could contain him, if you could even just keep him in the pocket, that'd be great. But I do feel like that is asking for a lot. Now, offensively, it's a little different because this time we're rolling with Mike White compared to the last time these two teams played when it was Zach Wilson. I think if the Jets can just run the offense how they typically do with the short passes, if they want to feed the playmakers, specifically Garrett Wilson, kind of feed the hot hand here, he's been really hurting defenses. He's been doing a lot of damage. And is actually one of the front runners to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, which we all know, which would be totally awesome. But Garrett Wilson, man, he's a talented guy. He hurt the Buffalo Bills last time these two teams played. He's been on a roll. I would continue to try to get him involved in the offense, and also early. I don't want to wait until the fourth quarter to start throwing his way. Elijah Moore's been getting open. I really want to target him, get him involved. Short passes, right? It's the name of the game here. Mike White is big enough to stand strong in the pocket. Zach Wilson had success with it the last time, but I do want to say this. I want the Jets to focus more so on the running game this week compared to last week, right, where it was just Mike White throwing the football left and right. I believe he had 16 pass attempts with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. I mean, that's crazy. And then all of a sudden, because the Jets were down by multiple possessions at halftime, and Mike White has already thrown the football so much, you're then in automatic throw mode in the second half, and it's like, I don't want to see Mike White go out there and have another game where he's throwing for over 50 attempts. To me, I just don't think that's really consistent football at the NFL level. I want there to be a focus on Bam Knight, a guy who looked really explosive against the Vikings and in his short time with the Chicago Bears, or against the Chicago Bears. James Robinson, just a hard thumping back. I really want to get these guys involved to set the Jets up in second and mediums, second and shorts, third and mediums, and third and shorts to kind of take some of the pressure off of the pass game. Because once the pass game starts to open up a little bit, I really feel like it's going to be a difficult offense to stop. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. It should be I think the place is going to be rocking. I mean, we know the Bills fans are going to pack the house, but just so much rides on this game. So much rides on it. And I just want to end it by just saying, yes, the Jets are heavy underdogs in this game, but you know what? We've seen it multiple times this season, and the Jets come out on top. So let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.